देवा निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल। जय श्री श्री राधा गोपीनाथ भगवान की जय, गौर निताय भगवान की जय, शिला प्रभुपाद की जय, शिला गुरुदेव की जय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नश्च प्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 4, Text 11. Devi Uvacha Nayasya Lokeste Atishyana Priyas तथा प्रिया देहा भृतं प्रियात्मना तस्मिन् समस्तात्मनि मुक्तवैरके रते भवन्तं कतमा प्रतीपयेत्। देवी वाच नयस्य लोकेस्य अतिशयना प्रियस् तथा प्रिया देहभृतं प्रियात्मना तस्मिन् समस्तात्मनि मुक्ता वैरके ऋते भवन्तं कतमा प्रतीपयेत्। देवी उवाच न यस्य लोकेऽस्त्य अतिशयना प्रियस् तथा प्रियो देह भृतं प्रियात्मना तस्मिन् समस्तात्मनि मुक्तवैरके ऋते भवन्तं कतमा प्रतीपयेत्। देवी उवाच न यस्य लोकेऽस्त्य अस्ति अनाप्रियास् तथा प्रियो देहभृतं प्रियात्मना तस्मिन् समस्तात्मनि मुक्तवैरके ऋते भवन्तं कथमाप्रतीपये देवी उवाच न यस्य लोकेऽस्त्यतिशाय न प्रिया तथा प्रियो देहभृतं प्रियात्मना तस्मिन् समस्तात्मनि मुक्तवैरके ऋते भवन्तं कथमाप्रतीपये देवी उवाच न यस्य लोके सतीशाय न प्रिया तथा प्रियो देहभृतं प्रियात्मना तस्मिन् समस्तात्मनि मुक्तवैरके ऋते भवन्तं कथमाप्रतीपये माताजी देवी उवाच न यस्य लोकेऽस्त्यतिशाय न प्रियास् तथा प्रियो देहभृतं प्रियात्मना तस्मिन् समस्तात्मनि मुक्तवैरके ऋते भवन्तं कथमाप्रतीपये देवी उवाच नस्य लोकेऽस्ति अतिशयना प्रियास् तथा प्रियो देहभृतं प्रियात्मना तस्मिन् समस्तात्मनि मुक्तवैरके ऋते भवन्तं कथमाप्रतीपये Word by word meaning. Devi Uvacha, the blessed goddess said, Na, not, Yasya, of whom, Loke, in the material world, Asti, is, Atishayanaha, having no rival, Priya, dear, Tatha, so, Apriya, enemy, Dehabhratam, bearing material bodies, Priyatmanaha, who is the most beloved, Tasmin, towards Lord Shiva, Samastatmani, the universal being, Muktavairake, who is free from all enmity, Rite, except Bhavantam, for you, Katamaha, who, Pratipayet, would be envious. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The blessed goddess said, Lord Shiva is the most beloved of all living entities. He has no rival, no one is very dear to him, and no one is his enemy. No one but you could be envious of such a universal being who is free from all enmity. Purport. In Bhagavad Gita 9.29, the Lord says, Samoham sarva bhuteshu, I am equal to all living entities. Similarly, Lord Shiva is a qualitative incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he has almost the same qualities as the Supreme Lord. Therefore, he is equal to everyone. No one is his enemy, and no one is his friend. But one who is envious by nature can become the enemy of Lord Shiva. Therefore, Sati accused her father No one but you could be envious of Lord Shiva or be his enemy. Other sages and learned Brahmanas were present, but they were not envious of Lord Shiva, although they were all dependent on Daksha. Therefore, no one but Daksha could be envious of Lord Shiva. That was the accusation of Sati. ॐ ज्ञानातिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तां सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे. So today we are discussing this verse, which is actually glorifying one of the greatest devotees of the Lord, Lord Shiva. And we know all about his glories and what is his position. So he's not Jiva and he is not the supreme, but he's in between. He's higher than any Jiva. He's not a position. And his position and his existence is eternal. Now, in this verse, Mother Sati is pointing out that he is qualitatively equal to Lord Krishna. So we need to understand what qualities. And Srila Rupa Goswami, in Nectar of Devotion, after consulting many scriptures, describes 64 qualities of the Lord. And out of those 64, how many Jiva can possess? 50. But in full or in what quantity? In very minute quantities. So the Supreme Personality of Godhead has all these 50 transcendental qualities in fullness, as deep as the ocean. And they are inconceivable by any Jiva. But the Jivas can possess same qualities in a very, very minute quantity, like a small drop of water in the ocean. Now, I'm not going through all the 50 qualities, but we'll touch base upon some. So, like beautiful features of the entire body, marked with all auspicious characteristics, extremely pleasing, very intelligent and genius. Any names which come to your mind when you talk about intelligent and genius in this material world, especially this Kali Yuga? Einstein, exactly. Perfect. So yes, Einstein, and he's respected all over the world because of his discoveries and the contributions towards the human society. I mean, there are some infamous ones as well, Oppenheimer, and we know I haven't seen the movie. But so they are considered as genius and intelligent, and people still talk about them. I mean, they are not present in the current, world, but So we respect them so much because of those qualities. And when we compare them with the genius and intelligence of, say, Lord Brahma, what would you say? It's inconceivable. Like, he's a secondary creator, he creates the universe. So somebody builds a big high scraper next to their darling harbor, and we think, oh wow, what a beautiful structure, who has designed this, who has built this. And when we look at that same structure when the plane is landing, how does it look like a small matchbox? And imagine Lord Brahma is, even on this earth planet, we see so many things which have been created by his genius and intelligence. And this earth is like what portion of this universe? Like, there are so many bigger stars and planets. And this is a very, very small universe anyway, like it's a Chaturmukhi Brahma. So it's one of the smallest universes. So how insignificant the genius and intelligence of a jiva. And Lord Brahma, he is exhibiting those qualities to a much greater extent. And similarly, Lord Shiva. So they possess the same qualities, but they possess it to a much greater extent. And even the jiva, they can only possess these 50 qualities if they are pure devotees of the Lord, in very minute quantities, as I said. So we can compare here the greatness of the Lord, so Brahma is a secondary creator, and the universe is created. But all the universes are coming out of the pores of Mahavishnu. How great Lord is. And then he expands himself as the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu in each and every universe lying in the causal ocean, and then the Brahma comes out of his navel and he expands himself as the Paramatma, Karnodakshaya Vishnu, in everyone's heart, in each and every small atom. So how great is the Lord, like when we compare to Lord Brahma. So this is how we are grading the same quality in different quantities, coming from a jiva who is very popular, then Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and then coming to the Lord. So these 50 qualities can be possessed by jivas, also by Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma. So, and also, like when they say about the beauty, so the conception of beauty, it also exists not only among the human beings, it also exists among the lower species. We might be thinking that, oh, well, the animals are not beautiful, but within their community, they may have someone very beautiful and attractive, and we don't appreciate it because we don't understand that. But within that community, they also have that concept. So even the lower species, those jivas also have those qualities in some minor quantity. So they have also strength, one of the qualities. So we know the animals have also strength. So they have some portion, not just humans, but all the jivas. Now besides these 50 qualities, there are another 5 qualities which can be possessed by Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, but none of the other jivas. And what are those? Changeless, all cognizant, ever fresh, Satchidananda, possessing an eternal blissful body and possessing all mystic perfections. So we know that Lord Shiva is also all cognizant. He knows what is going in our heart. Again, to what extent? Much, much greater degree that we can conceive, but still less than the Lord himself. So these 5 qualities can only be possessed by Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, none of the jivas. And this makes them even more special and more closer to the Lord, which has been described by Mother Sati, that is qualitative incarnation of the Supreme Lord. He is changeless. So we change our body. Within this body, we have seen so many stages. We go through childhood, boyhood, adult, old age, and then disease, and then finally we leave this body. But Lord Brahma, he also gets old, but Lord Shiva, he's changeless, he's not changing. Now, apart from that, there are another 5 qualities which are only possessed by Lord Narayana. And they are not even possessed by Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma. And what are those 5? He has inconceivable potency. uncountable universes generate from his body. He is the original source of all incarnations. He is the giver of salvation to the enemies whom he kills. He is the attractor of liberated souls. So we can see these 5 qualities exist in Lord Narayana, but not even in Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma. So the uncountable universes can only come out of Lord Vishnu's body. They cannot be created by Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma. And he is the one, when he kills his enemy, what happens to them? They also get liberated. But if Lord Brahma or Lord Shiva kills someone, they will not get liberated. So even his enemies would get liberation. And then we come to the final 4 qualities which only Lord Krishna possesses. Even Lord Narayana doesn't have those qualities. And what are those 4 qualities? Yep. So he is the performer of all varieties of pastimes, especially his pastimes in the childhood. And then he is surrounded by devotees endowed with wonderful love of Godhead. So he is exchanging those 5 rasas as you were mentioning. And then he can attract all living entities all over the universe by playing on his flute. It doesn't mean that Lord Vishnu, Lord Narayan cannot play the flute. Even some jivas can play the flute, but they cannot attract the living entities all over the universe. That only Krishna can do by playing his flute. And the last one is, he has wonderful excellence of beauty that cannot be rivaled anywhere in the creation. So no one can excel him in the beauty, nor in this world, nor in the spiritual world. Jai Shri Radha Gopinath Bhagwan ki Jai. The most beautiful. Okay. So Lord Shiva can possess up to 55 qualities, but in very great quantity, like substantial degree. So Mother Sati is aware that Lord Shiva is qualitative incarnation of the Lord. So she is pointing out this to Daksha. And she knows that Lord Shiva has almost the same number of qualities. 55, and Lord Narayan is 60, so almost same. And to quite substantial degree. Not like Jivas where we have very minute, he's quite substantial, inconceivable by us. So he's so special and more special than any of us. So it makes him different from us. So he's above the Jivas. And who is Daksha? Daksha is a Jiva. So he can possess 50 qualities in minute quantities. So in every respect, Lord Shiva is more respectful than Daksha. And this was Daksha's problem, because he thought we both are sons of Brahma. And I am his father-in-law, so I should be respected. But that is from the material conception. When we look at the spiritual point of view, Lord Shiva is like, he's so, first of all, he has all these qualities. And so when we respect someone in the society, why do we respect them? I know 2 reasons. One is they have some special quality. They must be, excellent in their work or something. Like they are great scientist or great philosopher or something, like, some special quality. That's why we respect them. If they are like any ordinary person, we don't have respect. I'm talking about material society, not the devotee society. The second thing might be out of fear. Like, in my school, I had to respect my teachers and my principal. Otherwise, I'll get the cane. In India, they used to do it. I don't know, they don't do it here. The kids are very, they are very liberal. So obviously, have to have some special quality. That's why you're respected. So obviously, Lord Shiva has all these qualities. And the second thing is, he is a great devotee of the Lord. Vaishnava Nam Yatha Shambhu. So we have to respect such a great Vaishnav. So Daksha was inferior to him in all these respects. So he should have given proper respect to Lord Shiva because of all these qualities. But he was envious. So Mother Sati points out that he has so many good qualities and he is almost a qualitative incarnation of the Lord. How can someone be envious of Lord Shiva? So she points out a lot of these qualities which are contrasting features to Daksha's character. Daksha is totally opposite. The people in his arena, they did not welcome Mother Sati. Like, there are a lot of brahmanas, there are sages, and there are the demigods. But they did not welcome Mother Sati. Why was that? It wasn't because they were envious of Mother Sati. They knew her position and they would have greeted her if she had not come to that particular place. But they didn't want to have any animosity with Daksha. So if they had, spoken to her pleasing words, and if Daksha had come to know, then he would have, become angry with them, and maybe they would have lost the favors which he was doing to them. So sometimes the respect is out of fear. So maybe Daksha's respect by all these people was out of fear, not because of his any exalted position or qualities. So one of the qualities which is mentioned here is Priya Atmanaha, which is who is the most beloved. And he is lovable because of his qualities. He can be appreciated and glorified by everyone. He is lovable because the type of personality he is and the kind of Vaishnava he is. Now he is so lovable because he is even most merciful to the people who are most degraded. Do you know who those people are? Ghosts, hobgoblins, pishachas. So he is so merciful even to those who are so degraded. They are subhuman. And they are not just subhuman because they are unpleasant in their appearance, but because of their characteristics. We meet so many unpleasant people even within, material society who are so unpleasant. And they are extremely offensive and abominable. They do horrible things to others and they are abusive. And we call them, what are they called? Trainee goblins or hobgoblins. So they are in the training. Once they give up this body, that's what their destination is. So even to those, degraded subhumans, Lord Shiva is so merciful. That is why he is so lovable. And Lord Shiva is most worthy of affection and appreciation, as even kind of those subhumans are given mercy by him. So out of many names, one of the names of Lord Shiva is Patita Pavan. So he is delivering all these fallen souls. And who else is called Patita Pavan? Lord Chaitanya. Excellent. Fantastic. Thank you, Mataji. So Lord Chaitanya is called Patita Pavan because he is delivering all the fallen souls. Krishna can discriminate, but Lord Chaitanya doesn't discriminate. He gives his love to everyone. Whether we are qualified, not qualified, he would still give out his mercy and his love of Krishna to everyone. We can see it from the examples of even Jagai and Madhai. So we all have these anarthas in our heart. I mean, they are to a different degree, but he doesn't discriminate. He gives mercy out to everyone. So he is the mercy personified and mercy incarnation of Lord Sri Krishna. So because of his partial qualitative manifestation of the Supreme Lord, he is most beloved and he is the most lovable, and that is one of the qualities which is explained by Mother Sati. Now because he is similar in qualities to the Supreme Lord, he is equal to everyone. So no one is his enemy and no one is his friend, and that is similar to Krishna's qualities. Krishna, in the purport, Prabhupada is quoting this verse from Bhagavad Gita 9.29. Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dvesho asti na priya na bhajanti tu mam bhaktaya mai te teshu chapeham. I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all, but whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also a friend to him. So Krishna is impartial, but in the second line he is partial. But it doesn't really mean that he is partial. It just means that sun is there for everyone. If someone decides to stand in the shade and does not take the advantage of the sunlight, whose fault is that? Sun is impartial. He is everywhere. So that same, Krishna's mercy is for everyone, he is impartial. But those who surrender to him, then he reciprocates accordingly. So they get the chance to elevate themselves. And he is again saying that in Bhagavad Gita 4.11, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tans tathaiva bhajamyaham mam vartamanu vartante manushya partha sarvashah. All surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Pratha. So he is reciprocating according to our level of surrender, but he is not partial to anyone. Now, today someone might be looking like he would never become a devotee, and suddenly after a few years you see them doing service in the altar. So that's how, once they start surrendering, and that's how the transformation starts, it happens very quickly. So Krishna's mercy is there for everyone, and so he is equal to everyone. Same thing is Lord Shiva is equal to everyone. He is no one's enemy and he is no one's friend. So Prabhupada explains in the purport in Bhagavad Gita that the transcendental reciprocation exists because both the Lord and the devotee are conscious. So he gives the example of a diamond set in a golden ring. And then the Lord and the living entity eternally glitter. The Supreme Lord, he looks, so Supreme Lord is like a diamond in the ring and we are the golden ring. And we both glitter when we are serving Krishna. So Lord is a diamond and so is the combination is very nice. Living entities in a pure state are called devotees. The Supreme Lord becomes the devotee of his devotees. And so Lord Shiva, he is the greatest Vaishnava. And so obviously he is completely surrendered to the Lord. And Lord is after the dust of the feet of his pure devotees. And I wanted to share this pastime, and there are few variations which are there on the different resources, but the narration which I'm going to speak is I heard it from His Grace Viraj Krishna Prabhu in one of the lectures. So when Krishna was born and Lord Shiva wanted to take his darshan, so he goes to Gokul because he was in Gokul and then he was transferred to Vrindavan later. So he goes in his form matted hair, snake around his neck, a belt of scorpions, tiger skin, wearing on his body, and his body smeared with ashes. So he comes to the door and he says, Mother Yashoda was a bit fearful and afraid of seeing his form, and he says, she says, how can I serve? You've come to the door and what can I bring for you? He says, I don't want anything. My wife is Annapurna. I have everything. But I need to take darshan of the Lalla. And mother says, oh, no, I can't do that. Even I'm scared, and Lalla would be so scared to see, this form. How can I let? And the gopis were there and everyone was there, and Lord knows that my devotee has come, my pure devotee has come. So he's seeing the reciprocation between, the devotee who is his greatest devotee, pure Vaishnava, and, in the parental rasa. So he starts crying. And he starts crying, he's inconsolable. So no efforts can stop that crying. So Puranmasi comes and she says, he is the greatest devotee. That crying can only be stopped if we take the dust of his lotus feet and put it on his head. And so they do that, and then Lord stops crying. So this is the glory of the Vaishnav. Lord Shiva is after, the Lord is after the dust of his pure devotees. And such a beautiful pastime. And so here we can understand his position as a Vaishnav. So he's self-situated. He has nothing to lose, nothing to gain. He is no one's enemy, no one's friend. And he is in his own situation. He's like a Vairagi. He is not attached to anything. Although he comes across as got a family, kids, but he's a Vairagi. He's unattached. He's totally detached. So he's no one's enemy, and there's an example. So he's Udada Charita. That's what that comes from Udada Charitam to Vasudeva Kutumbakam. So the broad-minded people think this whole world is my family. But the Laghu Chetasa, the material conception of life, the people like us, like for me, sorry, not us. To me, my family is my bodily relations, my parents, my wife, my kid, my uncle, aunt. But broad-minded people, they think this whole world is Vasudeva Kutumbakam. So everyone is part and parcel of the Supreme. So Lord Shiva is Udar Chetasa. He is equal to everyone. And he is not envious to anyone. So how can someone be envious to such a person? Another example is that the demons are envious even to the Lord. So Lord does not want to harm anyone, but why do demons become envious of the Lord? Because they are envious because Lord is supreme and they want to become the supreme. And the example is Prahlad Maharaj. So Hiranyakashipu, he tortured Prahlad Maharaj. He tried to kill him so many times. Even then, was Prahlad Maharaj inimical or envious towards his father? He wasn't. Because that's the great quality of the Vaishnav. So he is equipoised. Even in those situations when he was tried to kill and tortured, but he stayed equipoised. He was not affected by those things. So he was very stable. So similarly, here we can see that demons are envious of the Lord. So is Daksha. Now, the other quality which has been mentioned is Mukta Vairake, who is free from all enmity. So, the other example is Ajat Shatru. Who is called Ajat Shatru? Yudhishthir Maharaj. So Yudhishthir Maharaj is called Ajat Shatru, that he has no enemies. But for him, he had no enemies. But there were enemies, like obviously the Kauravas were there. But even though they tried to kill him and they tried to cheat him so many times in so many terrible ways, he was always equipoised. He never thought that, I should reciprocate in that same manner. That is again a great quality of a Vaishnava, Ajat Shatru. He has no enemy. And when the Gandharvas captured Duryodhan, what did Yudhishthira Maharaj do? He sends Arjuna and Bhima to release, and they say, oh, we've been waiting for this all our lives, without us doing it, someone else has done it for us. Why do we have to go and release him? And he said, no, because for me, we are not 5 brothers, we are 105 brothers. For him, they were all his brothers. So he would never reciprocate in the same manner. I mean, obviously the Mahabharata happened because Lord wanted it, and this was to serve the Lord, not out of any personal grudge or any personal animosity. Another example is Haridas Thakur. So Haridas Thakur had no enemies. He is such a great devotee of the Lord, but he was caned in 22 marketplaces. Even after that atrocity, he was protected by the Lord. Nothing happened to him physically. He was unharmed after caning such brutally. But when these people who were trying to kill him, they said, oh, we have failed to kill you. Now we would be killed. So when he heard that, he said, oh, you all have to die because of me. I can't let that happen. So he gives up his own body. So this is the level of the Vaishnavas. They would not reciprocate in the same manner as what they have received from others. So such a pure devotee of the Lord, who is Priyatmanaha, who is the most beloved, Tasmin, towards Lord Shiva, Samasta Atmani, because of the whole universe. He is the cause of the whole universe. And Mukta Vairaka, who is free from all enmity, he is the form of truth. Such a devotee, who could possibly be an enemy to such a person? Only an outstanding person who has maximum degree of envy can be envious to such a great personality, such a great devotee of the Lord. Now we also come across in our society, because we all have these anarthas in our heart to a certain degree, and we come across some people who show some characteristics to a certain degree. And an example from Chaitanya Charitamrita is, who was always finding faults in everyone? Ramchandra Puri. So he was finding faults in everyone. And I mean, he was trying to help. In his heart, he was trying to help. That okay, this thing somebody is not doing right, somebody is doing wrong. I mean, he in fact pointed out to Lord Chaitanya that you being a sannyasi, you're eating too much. So Lord Chaitanya, he never took it as a criticism or anything. He always followed what he said. So he cut down his meals. And the devotees who were serving him, they were so upset because and he in fact pointed out that you're eating sweets. There are so many ants in the ashram because of that. So he was pointing out faults even in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Chaitanya. So we come across such people all the time. And but when he left Puri, so the devotees had a festival that he's gone. It's so wonderful that he's gone and he's never going to come back again. Such a relief to everyone. So they had a festival. We don't want to become such devotees. So we can see that Daksha was similar. He's fault finding, he's envious, he's insecure. That how come Lord Shiva, being my brother, son of Brahma, and my son-in-law, he's getting so much respect. So he was envious. And why that feeling of animosity or enviousness comes? Because of the greed to enjoy materially. The more greed and more attachment we have for material sense enjoyment, the more enviousness we would have in our heart. And we can see that people are respecting such personalities because of fear. And the example were the Brahmanas and the demigods and the sages who were present in the arena, who did not greet Mother Sati, although she was welcomed by her own mother and her sister very nicely with nice, pleasing words. But they ignored her, because Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that those assembled, they were filling their bellies with the food offered by Daksha, and they did not wish to miss out on their food, and therefore they ignored her. So they were not directly envious, but they were fearful of Daksha, that indirectly they are going to spoil their relationship with Daksha. They are dependent on him. So they did not want to upset him. So we can see that he is getting the respect from all these people out of fear, but not out of any qualities. So we should be very watchful against these anarthas, because they are the stumbling blocks on the path of spiritual progress. I mean, it's called the Madhati, it's the Vaishnava Aparad. It comes in our small Vatika or garden where we have our Bhakti Lata, and it can uproot everything in a matter of few minutes or seconds. We have to be so mindful. They say to not feel happy to meet a Vaishnava is also a Vaishnava Aparad. I mean, there are so many grades, I was getting goosebumps when I was reading these kind of Vaishnava Aparads. There are much higher degree that we have probably encountered or seen, just to not feel happiness in our heart to meet a Vaishnava is also a Vaishnava Aparad. These are stumbling blocks. What to speak about Daksha, who is so disrespectful? And we know the result, what happens when you do such thing. So he lost his position, and what happened we know at the end. So Lord Shiva is qualitative incarnation of Lord Krishna himself. He has all these qualities which makes him such an exalted personality and an exalted devotee of the Lord. And he is respectful and lovable by everyone. And the person who is not loving him, not respecting him, he has some extreme envy in his heart. So when we feel similar emotions for others, we should check that, And when we are actually exposed to the Vaishnava Sangha, then our anarthas are also exposed. Then we come to know. So obviously we are tested, and then we come to know, oh yes, I also have this. So obviously to get rid of this, we have to follow Guru, Sadhu and Shastra, follow the instructions of our spiritual master and the acharyas, and to guard against any such aprad or any such activities which can make us fall down from our position. Um, so I think I will end here, and thank you so much for attending. Any corrections, any suggestions or any questions? Yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. No, only he doesn't have even those 50 which a jiva can have. So jiva can only go up to 50 qualities, but in a very minute quantity. But the great personalities or the great devotees of the Lord can possess these qualities in much greater degree or substantial degree. So the difference is that the jiva can only have up to 50 qualities in minute quantities. Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, and that's explained in Nectar of Devotion by Rupa Goswami, they can have another 5. And then on top of it, there are another 5 which only Lord Narayan can have, but Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma cannot. And then there are 4 qualities which are exclusive to Lord Shri Krishna. Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah. Yes. Yes. But these qualities, he is cognizant, so he is also cognizant of what is happening. But again, the degree could be different. I mean, Lord possesses this quality in fullness. So the super soul, he is undivided, but he appears divided among all the jivas as Paramatma. So he is present as Paramatma in every body, but he is not divided, he is undivided. So he knows each and every minute detail. Although he is not personally present here, he is expanding himself as Paramatma, but he knows not only spiritual, everything material as well, and nothing can move without uh, his permission. But Lord Shiva is also cognizant, so he also knows, but the degree of to that quality is uh, is substantial, but nowhere close to the Lord. The Lord possesses that quality in fullness. So that is the difference between him and the Lord as well. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Any other? No? Okay. Thank you so much for coming. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Gopinath Bhagwan ki jai.